We are going to discuss rapid 150 types of the rules on the basis of what? On the basis of the topic that we are going to discuss is called as a subject-verb agreement, right? So why do I talk about this subject and verb agreement? Because I feel like what subject and verb agreement is a very essential and important lesson in the grammar portion, because if students are able to identify that subject and verb agreement rules, then that makes them ensure that a subject and its a verb match in number, singular or plural, then they able to correct the sentence in a in a better manner, right? So if you talk about that, means there are not exactly 150 different rules for subject and verb agreement. There are several key principles or key rules and guidelines that actually rule this aspect of English grammar, right? So let's go for this comprehensive list of subject and verb agreement rules, and also in between I'll give you some examples to help you understand and how to apply them. Let's say that the first one, we understand that singular subjects do have singular verbs, isn't it? Singular subject do have singular verbs. Like you can say, I'm a teacher, right? Or if you say that means Akhil runs fast, right? In that case, what do you find out? I and Akhil both are indicating as a noun or pronoun, and they are singular in subject. So therefore, the verb is each and runs, right? Similar to that, we also talk about plural, right? So if you talk about that, plural subjects require plural verbs, isn't it? So like you can say, they are my friends, or the cats run fast also, right? The cats run fast. In that case, you find out plural subject having with the plural verb, right? So similar to that, there are also subjects joined by and, typically takes a plural verb, isn't it? This is the third rule. The third rule said what? Subjects joined by and, joined by and takes a plural verb. So in that case, we can say John and Mary are coming, or you can say apples and oranges are fruits, right? So then the fourth rule is called as a subjects joined by or nor. So or nor take a verb that agrees with the closure subjects. So like I pointed, no, either or means neither nor. So in that case, if you find out that subjects which are closer to the or closer to nor can take a means according to the closure subjects, right? Let's say that neither the cat or neither the cat nor the dog like water or likes water, because neither the cat nor the dog. So dog is a singular, so that's why likes water. Either the apples or the orange. Either the apples or the orange is fine, right? So apples is a plural, but orange is a singular. So therefore, orange is closer to the word called or. So therefore, each will be means singular will be used here. So even you have a collective nouns can take singular, right? Collective noun also can take plural verbs depending on context. Let's say that the team is a collective noun, each practicing singular. The team are arguing. So the team are arguing. So arguing is what? It's a means indicating that the team is not a collective noun. It should be called as a means a plural. The team are arguing. Now next is called as a indefinite pronouns like everyone, somebody, and each. Everyone, somebody, and each. So they take singular verbs. Like you can say everybody wants a ticket. somebody is at the door, right? Everyone wants a ticket, or somebody is at the door, right? You can also say that rule number 7, which is stated indefinite pronouns like both, few, and many take plural verbs, right? Like both of them are here, many people were at the party. So in that case, both, few, and many take the plural verb. Now, rule number 8, phrases that start with, together with, along with, right, do not affect a subject verb agreement. It means whether you are saying the book along with the pen, right, is on the table, right? So, or you talk about the king together with the courtiers, each means is moving to the warfield, right or not? So, the next one is called as so in that case, what do we find out? Phrases that start with the with, together with, along with, right or not, do not affect subject verb agreement. Then the rule number 9, titles and names. Titles and names of singular entitles take singular verbs, isn't it? So titles and names of the books, right? Or of the books, or you can say that of the movies, or you can talk about anything, right? Can take singular verb. Like if you talk about mathematics is a difficult subject, or the Lord of the Rings is a famous book. The Beatles was a famous band, right? So in that case, you would find out name of the books, or name of the movies, name of the DJs, name of the games, right? So even if they are plural, right? Even if they appear plural, they always take singular verb, right? Let's say that if you talk about what do we say that sneakers, snookers, so it will take a singular verb, right? So next is called as rule number 10. The rule number 10 is what? Titles and names of plural and takes of plural verbs. Titles and names of plural entities take plural verb. Like you can say that uh, if you talk about the Chronicles of Narnia, right? So are great books, right? Now you find out what? There are many books of the Chronicles of Narnia, the Chronicles, right? So it means it referred to the many of the series of that particular name books. Or you talk about the Rolling Stones are a legendary band. So Rolling Stones have a many means band. So that's why you can talk about the Rolling Stones. It may be the names, titles, and name of plural. So therefore, it carries with the plural verbs. It makes a kind of a confusing. But at the same time, if you observe that means one particular name is given, but that have a many series of books. So in that case, you can talk about means that is the name, but books are many, right? With the name. So it is also stated the Chronicles, right? Or you talk about the Rolling Stones in that case. Okay. Rule number 11, sentences that begin with what? There or here. There or here means THERE or HERE. So there or here. So often have what? The subject after the verb, right? The verb still agrees with the subject. Let's say that if you talk about there is a book, or there is a book on the shelf, or you can say that there is a book on the shelf, and here are the keys, isn't it? So what do you find out? Means a sentence that begin with there or here often have the subject after the verb, right? So when you say that after the verb means what? Now when you say there is a book on the shelf, so where the book is? A book is on the shelf. So a book is the subject. So here are the keys. So where the keys are? The keys are here. So in that case, there and here always use as a subject of the sentence, right? So which is using, right, in the beginning of the sentence, and after them the verbs are present, and after the verbs the subjects are given, if you are using there or here. Next is next rule is called as a 12. So fractions take a singular verb. Fractions, right? Fractions take a singular verb when considered as a whole, and a plural verb when considered individually. See that. What did I say? Fractions take a singular verb when considered as a whole, and a plural verb when considered individually. Let's say that one half of the pizza. One half. One half is called as a means singular entity, right? So in that case, if you talk about one half is called as the whole, right? So one half of the pizza each gone, right? 2/3 of the students are, right? One half of the pizza is gone and 2/3 of the students are present. So in that case, you would find out the first one is a woman's fraction, which takes a singular verb and considered as a whole, and therefore, and the second one is called as a means a plural verb. It is taken plural verb because it is indicating as a what, individual, right? So like I pointed, 2/3 of the students, right, are present. Next is called as a 13 rule, 13 number rule. The 13 number rule is stated that the verb to be, right, is, are, was, were, is an exception. It agrees with the subjects. It agrees with the subject, not the noun after of. It agrees with the subject, not after the noun of, right? Noun after of. Like you can say the team is made up of skilled players. The team is made up of skilled players. Now, in that case, what do you find out? You find out that means it agrees with the what, subject, not the noun after of, right? If it is written the many skilled players, right? So for that reason, you can't use is instead of is are. The team is made up of skilled players. The team is a singular collective noun. But if you think that skilled players are given, so but at the same time, the team is a collective noun, and the rule also said that after means of, whatever is given cannot be taken into the collective form. Now 14 is called as a compound subjects connected by or nor. Take a singular verb. Compound subjects connected. Compounded subjects means what? Like you talk about neither John nor Mary, or either the cat or the dog. So these are called as a compound subjects. So they are connected with or nor. Take a singular verb if both subjects are singular. If both the subjects are singular, like I pointed, neither John nor means Mary, either the cat or the dog is or wants. So similar to that, you also find out the 15 number rule, which is appointed compound subjects connected by, you can say or not. Compound subjects connected by or not. Take a plural verb if at least one of the subjects is plural. One of the subjects is plural means if I say neither the cats nor the dog want to go, right? So why? Now because cats is a plural, right? And dog is a singular. But out of these two, one is plural or not. So therefore, it should be used with the plural verb. Neither the cats nor the dog want to go. Either the cat or the dogs are here. So cat and dogs are, isn't it? So we also say that 16 number rule, in sentences beginning with what? Each or every. The subject is a singular, right? So, and therefore the verb should be singular. Like you can say, each student has a textbook. Each student has a textbook. Every day is a new opportunity. So you find out each and every text with a what? Singular verb, isn't it? Uh, then after you find out expressions like the next rule, 17 number rules, expressions like more than one or many a. More than one or many a. Take a singular verb. Like more than one person has called, many a student is excited. So this is called as a more than and many. They take a singular verb. Next, 18, subject in the form of, you can say that distances, weights, or amounts, take a singular verb. Subjects in the form of distances, right? Weights or amounts, take a singular verb. Like you can talk about 10 miles is a long way to walk. $50 is too much, isn't it? So 200 runs is a means very small score. So these are known as a means indicating about particular number given in the subject of the sentence. That may be distance, weights, or amounts. So you talk about $50, it's an amount. You talk about 10 miles, it's a distance, right? Therefore, now 19 number rule is what? Subjects in the form of dollars. Subjects in the form of dollars or cents. Take a singular verb. Like you can talk about $5 is all I have. 50 cents is not enough, right? So rule number 20, that is called as when uh, you can talk about either or neither nor, connects a singular and plural subjects. Singular or and plural subject. The verb agrees with the subject which is closer to it, right? Now in this particular one, I told you three things. What is that? If the compound noun used with the neither nor or either or carries with the singular verb in both, then the verb is singular. If the compound noun both carries with one plural verb, then the verb is plural, isn't it? Now, third rule is stated here, either or neither nor. Out of these two, which one is closer to the verb, right? And if it is a singular or plural, on the basis of that, the verb is uh, forming its form. Like you can say neither the cat nor the dogs. So in that case, dogs is a plural, so that's why the verb is like, right? Either the cats or the dog. You can write likes, right? You can write like street, but remember that you can also write like. Why? Because out of these two, one is a plural given now. So therefore, now 21, subjects that refer to a single quantity. Subjects that refer to a single quantity such as a lot or a great deal or means a great many, right? A lot, a great deal, or a great many. Take a singular verb. Like you can say a lot of money was spent. A lot of money was spent. A great deal of effort goes into this project, right? So in that case, you would find out they take singular verb. Now, next is called as a 22 rule. When using amount of or number of, amount of or a number of, like you can say the number of students, or you talk about a number of books, isn't it? Amount of or number of, the verb agrees with the object of the preposition, right? Agrees with what? The object of the preposition. Let's say that object of the preposition means here when you say the amount of or the amount of watermelon. The amount of watermelon means you can say that the amount of watermelon slices is staggering, right? The number of students has increased, right? Now, in that case, what do you find out? The number of students or the amount of watermelons. So, generally depending or agrees with the object of the preposition. So, uh, you can say that increased and has increased and is staggering. Now, moving to the next one, 23 rules. When using a number of, right, using a number of, the verb is plural. Now look into it. How? A number of students. So here what happened? The noun student, if it is written a number of student, then it will be has. If it is written a number of students, then it will be have complaint. A number of book has been written, a number of books have been written. So in that case, if it is written a number of and the verb is sorry, if it is written a number of, if the noun is given singular, then the verb is singular. If the noun is a plural, then the verb is plural too. Collective noun that represent a specific entity. A collective noun that refers to the specific entity or group take a singular verb, like that we know. The committee has made its decision, or you can say the team is playing well. So in that case, the collective noun is the committee and the team. So therefore, the verb is has or is. Now, 25, collective nouns that represents individual, right? Collective nouns that represent a specific, collective nouns that represent individually acting independently take a plural verb. So if it is stated that what collective nouns that represent individuals acting independently that take a plural verbs. How? Now, if you talk about that, the committee, right? So, disagree on the issue. So, it should be written disagrees. But why it is written disagree? Now, because the word disagree itself is indicating that the committee is a plural, right? The team are in the heated argument. Now, argument itself is indicating the team is not in a collective form. So, therefore, are. Disagree and are called as a plural. And that's what it is indicating. Collective nouns represent individuals acting independently. So therefore, it is a plural verb. The committee disagree on the issue, or the team are, you can say that in a heated argument. Now, 26th number rule, subjects that refer to time. Subjects that refer to time, distance, money, weight, and speed are considered singular. We have already discussed this, but still, let me remind you, it also includes with the time, distance, money, weight, and speed. So, like we discussed the example called as 10 miles is a long way, $50 is a lot, that we had already discussed. So, similar to that, if I talk about the rule, when one of, one of is followed by a plural noun, the verb is usually singular. One of is using with the plural or followed by a plural noun, then the verb is usually singular. Like you can say, one of the cats is missing. One of the students wants to leave, isn't it? One of the cats is missing. One of the students wants to leave, right or not? So here one is given. So that's why means even if the noun is a plural, the verb should be singular. Next, 28. When each or every, I think this you know, right? Each boy and girl, each boy and girl, each invited, every man and woman is welcome. So this rule says that when each and or every comes before a compound subject, the verb should be singular, right? But if I say that each boy and each girl, then it should be called as each boy and each girl is invited, right? Every man and every woman is welcome, right? Now, 29 rule, when the subject is a relative pronoun. So what is that relative pronoun? Who, whose, which, when, where, isn't it? These are called as a relative pronoun. Who, what, which, when, where, that, all these are called as a relative pronoun. So when the subject of a relative pronoun who, which, that. Now, the verb agrees with the antecedent of the relative pronouns. Now, what is antecedent? Now, the word which is used before this relative pronoun. Let's say that the book, that the book that she lent me is interesting. The book that she lent me is interesting. So the book is a subject singular. So that's why is written. That she lent me is interesting. If I say that a portion or called as the cars, right? So in that case, what do I need to use? The cars which are parked outside belong to my friends. It cannot be called as a belongs because you are using what? That's called as a cars. Cars is a plural. So therefore which? Or you can even write the cars that are parked outside. Isn't it? Belong to my friends. Next, 30 rule. Rule number 30. What's that indicate a portion or part? What's that indicate? A portion or part? Let's say that you can take the example some, part, portion. Often take a singular verb when referring to an undermined or unspecified quantity. Let's say that some of the cake. You're saying no, means portion or part, some of the cake is gone. A portion of the funds goes to charity. So these two are indicating about singular verb. Okay, so let me stop here. I gave you 30 rules. Now I'll also